What time is it? It's that time, and we're on the air, and I am here sitting in my chair. So don't you fear. All right, I'm gonna quit that. Hey, welcome, Joel Com Show. That's because it's named after me. It would be weird to call this the Robert Jones Show. That would not make any sense at all. And I'm glad you guys are here. It's going to be an important show today. Many of you who are following my Periscope know that I injured myself this week, and I've been to a couple doctors and pulling myself together. But I've got some stuff going on my back and in the front of my abdomen area. Got a rib that kind of got injured there. I took a little bit of a spill, but I'm okay. I'm good. And thank you for your care and your concern. Those of you that are here, use the share functionality that's built into Crowdcast. It's right down at the bottom underneath. You'll see the bucket with the arrow and it says share. And if you click that, some magical things happen. It gives you a short link and it lets you share on Twitter, on Facebook, on Google Plus, to all three people that are still there, and on LinkedIn, which is pretty cool. It's an easy share, and you could type whatever you want in there as you share. And I'm glad that you're here to join us for this, because it's a special show. I'm glad there's going to be a recording of it so that a replay is available for those who don't get to catch it live. And I'm going to bring my guest on here. He's actually one of my dearest friends in the whole wide world, anywhere and everywhere on the globe. Oh, I forgot. I need to click my my announcement thing here on Crowdcast as well. I'm live now. Where are you? Come join me with my special guest. I know I should have done this before. I'm doing it now, though. Don't blame me. All right, sending that. Sent, announced, and now the world knows. Success, your message has been sent. So my guest today is one of my dearest friends. Met him when I was living in the Oklahoma City area. He is an Okie, and his name is Ken Surritte. Ken, I remember when Ken started initially going overseas to support orphanages in China, and his journeys took him to South Africa and to India, and he was providing for the needs of an orphanage in Kenya. And he drilled a well there for a children's home. And after the well was drilled, he discovered that the kids were getting sick just the same. And what he discovered was that the drinking water was not potable. It was, as he says, a stagnant pond. And the big question he had to ask himself is, what can we give the kids to take to school with them so they have clean water? And they developed a very cool water filtration straw that in 2009, WATERisLIFE.com born. And today, Ken and his organization are having global impact, saving lives. And we're here today to talk a little bit about how you can help as well. So welcome, my buddy Ken Surritte. How you doing?
Hey, Joel. Good to talk to you, man. Thanks for doing this for us.
Absolutely. You got move your head to the right a little bit. We can see your banner back there.
Yeah.
For waterislife.com. And you got QR codes on there. What do those lead you to?
They'll lead you to Twitter, Facebook, and to the website.
All the places that people can find you. Of course,
people can find us. Exactly.
.com is the actual site, and I'm gonna pull that up for you guys so you can get a gander of it. Let's see. There we go. There's the site right there. And a beautiful site. So you come a long way from when you initially started out, and I'm going to encourage everybody at some point to go to the website and explore, but we're going to share a few things that they're going to find there and share a few stories about your experiences and let people know how they can help out as well. And I told a little bit about your story, but go ahead and kind of recap for us that first experience you had in Kenya and what that was like.
As I think back and as I process through all of the things that I had experienced while I was in northern Kenya, the South Sudanese region, working with the Turkana people group, it had been a couple of weeks since I'd had a shower, so I was pretty fired up about getting back to the shower. And this conversation that we had after this, but I'm standing naked in Nairobi after about 2 weeks of crusty dirt all over me. And I'm warming up the shower, just looking forward to it, more than even a juicy hamburger, man. So that really tells
we
you
were
something.
glad you were going to also, because with that description, I really wanted you to take that shower.
Oh, yeah. And so I'm watching the water go down the drain. And I mean, bam, it hits me like a ton of bricks. Ken, water is life here. The people would give anything to have the water you're just letting go down the drain. And so I got on the plane the next day, got back home, and I was wrestling with it. One of the first people I called was Joel Comm. I said, Joel, I just can't walk away from what all I've experienced here. And so as we started unpacking it, he goes, wait a minute, you got to buy that website. And I'm going, what in the world are you talking about? Now, Joel is the internet guru. The dude knows more about, he's forgotten more about the internet than most of us know. And so
I'm the internet goober.
Well, you're just bold enough to try things. That's the cool thing. And so he said, hey, we need to buy that website. And I'm going, what are you talking about? And so anyway, we contacted one group. We were trying to get WATERisLIFE.org and then contacted a gentleman. Joel put me in contact with him. And he said, yeah, it's a great name. I bought it in order to sell it. And I had no idea what he was talking about. He said, I want $2,000 for it. And I go, man, I don't have 200, much less 2,000. He said, I'll take 200. So wired him $200 and WATERisLIFE was born. Pretty cool deal. Yeah. And so anyway, we started, very humble beginnings and working in a few places. As we got into, like you mentioned, some of the problems with not just water scarcity, but also water quality, water purity.
Talk about that in particular. What did you witness when you saw what they were drinking and cooking?
Oh my gosh. Water that you and I would not even let our dog drink. I mean, muddy, icky, nasty, stagnant water. But if that's all you've got, that's all you've got. People digging into old dried out riverbeds 10, 20, 30 feet just so they could get a little bit of trickle of water that would collect. They would then dip that out and put it in water bottles and save it. In most places in the desert and areas that we've been, the most valuable resource they have is water. And so water scarcity is one issue, not having enough. And then the other issue is water quality. And so with our straw filters and bucket systems, we even have a water treatment plant that runs on solar and wind power that'll provide water cleaner than what you and I drink here in the United States, Joel.
I like that. Let's get into that in a minute. Let's go back to the water quality.
Sure.
Are we talking water that is sometimes got waste material in it?
Not sometimes, almost 100% of the time. There'll be there'll be human, animal feces in the water. Yeah.
Ugh. And I would imagine that, for some of them, their bodies, get acclimated and they get immune. But for a lot of people, there's a lot of nasty bacteria, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, in sub-Saharan Africa, 1 in 5 children won't make it to the age of 5. And one of the things that really, really grabbed my heart, of course, I'm a father of 2 daughters, and I'm talking to a lady there with the help of an interpreter. And I asked her, I said, what's your little boy's name? And this really just kind of blank stare. And I didn't think that was such a hard question. But through her conversation with the interpreter and then him back to me, she let me know that we just call him Boy. Sometimes we call him Blessing. Why doesn't he have a name? Because he may not live. That's the cold, hard reality that these people are living with. Their child may not live the next day. And Man, I mean, that just, you know,
They don't even get a name. They
No.
won't even. They don't even want to put a name with somebody for fear of that. That's remarkable.
Yeah.
And so you know, you came up with a really cool, innovative solution a number of years ago, and you actually have the first one right there, I think, on your desk.
Yeah.
Show us that water straw.
But
that is the initial WATERisLIFE.com straw, and tell me about what's inside that.
You
what
bet.
It does.
This is just old backpacker technology. Of course, you know, I'm an old guy and a backpacker, and so we just took some things that we commonly use backpacking. Membrane filters that, you know, get the big particulate out. There's a medical grade iodine crystal in the inside that kills the bacteria in the water, and then there's activated charcoal in the filter as the water stages through. Goes through the activated charcoal. It cleans it up, makes it taste good. Yeah, there you go.
You can see right there, that's what's inside. And when you say it cleans it up and it tastes good, the water that comes out of that straw, if they're sucking up this nasty fecal matter, muddy, bacteria-laden water, is what comes out of that straw the quality of what's in this bottle?
In most cases, it's cleaner than what you're getting in that bottle right there.
It's better because this is probably tap water, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's most. Well, that one may not be. If it says drinking water on the label of bottled water, you're getting tap water from someplace.
So I'm looking. I know on your Facebook page. Well, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and jump to this here, and let's just look at a few pictures so people can see in the wild.
And if people want to join us on our Facebook page, we'd love to have them. Join Facebook.com or join waterslife.com. We'll take you directly to our Facebook page.
So this is it's got the lanyard on it, and people can wear it. So that is the before water right there.
Yeah. We also have a home system that is, we take a lot of that water that looks like that. It comes out absolutely crystal clear. And it's using nanotechnology. It's basically a repurposed a dialysis filter. There's a hygiene, sanitation and hygiene training under a tree there. You'll get a kick out of this. That's actually glitter. And when we talk in hygiene training about spreading of germs, we'll use a little glitter. Well, these people have never seen glitter before in their life, and all of a sudden glitter is showing up on people's heads and eyes and arms, and they're looking at it like, oh my gosh, where'd I get the gold dust? You know, what is this? And it just shows how quickly germs can spread, for sure.
It's magical. Yeah. So what I'm looking for here, what's he doing there?
That is a well site where you drop a bucket in and pull water out. That is the beginning of, beginning of 7th grade. That's actually, I looked at it, I thought for a second, that's actually the beginnings of a latrine. And so for many of these communities that we go into, water and sanitation and hygiene all go hand in hand. It's all part of that wash sector. And so we can bring clean water in, but if we don't improve the sanitation and hygiene habits, then, people are still openly defecating. Then a lot of times that water is, even if it's clean water, is impacted by the runoff from, people going outside in the bathroom. So that was actually the start of a latrine. And so we'll set up a water action group, and that group is a group of local people that then make micro loans back to families to build their own toilets.
That's awesome. So this straw, when you give these straws to these kids, how much water can they drink out of it? How long will they last?
You bet. Those filters will last for about 1,000 liters of water, and that is about 3 liters of water every day for a year.
Okay. So, and then when they taste this water, what's the reaction?
It's really pretty cool. Now I've drank out of creeks, rivers, streams, mud puddles. I've even drank out of toilets live on the news, and have had absolutely zero problems at all. And so they're getting water through these filters that are cleaner than in a lot of cases what we're getting here for sure.
They're so happy to have that, and it literally
it's a game changer. It's a game changer. It saves lives, and we know it's only a temporary solution. You know, but it gives us 12 months worth of time to come up with some sort of sustainable solution for that area. And so that may be maybe drilling a well or something like that. Yeah.
They're good with being temporarily alive, right? And in a moment when they weren't going to, at least they know, okay, I'm going to live. And you said you have, some solutions that are then more long-term. Maybe that's what this is here.
Yeah, that's actually, that was our first water project in China. And so they had a well source, and we were able to tap into that well source, pump it into through filtration and then into a distribution tank, which you see up on the top. And it not only provides clean water for the kids who were getting sick, I mean, every day, it was horrible. And it also provides water for their whole community. And so very, very cool. We've got a bunch more that we've got lined up in China to do the exact same thing, going into schools with that have a contaminated water source, and then being able to provide filtration like that to provide clean water for not only the school, but for the entire community. And so that will do thousands of gallons a day. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. So what year did you start delivering these straws to?
The first straw distribution was in 2008. If you'll remember, back in 2005 was when you and I began that conversation, and you encouraged me to buy the domain WATERisLIFE, and we actually were approved as a 501c3 nonprofit charity in 2009, and but basically drilled my first well soon after I got back, and we haven't looked back. Now we're in 40 different countries around the world.
And how many straws have you distributed?
I think Christine told me the last time that I asked her was over 75,000 straws.
Wow.
Yeah, just straws. That doesn't include bucket systems for the homes and the families. It doesn't include water wells and stuff that we drill, or water treatment plants that we put in.
And you're not a horn tutor. That's why you have people like me to do it for you. I want you guys to know that it has taken great persuasion from the advisory board, of which I am a member of the WATERisLIFE.com advisory board, to persuade Ken that there needs to be some funds withheld for administrative costs. He has been passing through all the money that has been raised for this organization to go directly to purchasing and delivering these straws, these bucket systems, and these wells.
Right.
And that is really an amazing thing. And that's why you really depend on the generosity of people and corporations to support what you're doing, because now you are one of the most effective clean water organizations that's out there.
Yeah, nearly almost 100% of the money goes currently to directly to water projects. We have a small budget that we set aside that's separate, that our Joel and the rest of our board of directors helps raise funds for. It's called the Village, because it takes a village to raise a child. And so we pay for some small salaries to our folks here in the United States, but also to our in-country directors to be able to be a blessing to them as well. We have some great people that are on the ground in multiple different countries around the world that open a lot of doors for us to be able to do some incredible things.
I want to pull up a video here, and I don't think we'll actually be able to hear the audio. I don't know that it plays through. Let me start playing it, and you can tell me if you hear anything. Do you hear the audio or not? Okay, let's watch this.
When I go to the bathroom and I forget my phone. I hate it when my house is so big. I need 2 wireless waters.
When my neighbor makes my hot water taste too cold. When I have to write my meter, but I forget her last night. Mpa ka ekri mesaj yo mache an menm tan. Mwen te kite kaswen an ba. Mwen ba yi de kwa se an bloke internet la. I hate it when I tell them no papers and they still give me papers.
Wow. Powerful, powerful video. And I just want to scroll down here. This is on YouTube, and you can see on YouTube, it's had over 7 million views. Ken, how many has it had?
Oh my gosh. Well, that's just on our site. I know that there are several sites that have 2 or 3 million views each on them. But probably the most incredible thing is watching just a few months ago, it went through on Facebook and one group's page, and it got shared over and over and over again. We were over 20, I think it was 29 million views on that one posting from that one page, from just people sharing it, passing it on, and inviting their friends to watch the video. The power of social media, as you know, you're the guru of social media. You know, it's friends telling friends, and people get passionate about something. They click on a like and they share it with their buddies, and then all of a sudden, things go crazy.
Well, viral marketing isn't something you create. It's something that happens when you tell a story so compelling that other people want to retell it. And I really want to give a special shout out and thanks to those of you who are here for this live. It's an important subject. And unfortunately, it's one of the lesser attended videos. People, they want to learn how to make money and how to do social media, but they don't necessarily want to be bothered with something like this. And this is actually way more important than anything that I teach in those other realms. So I appreciate that. And thank you for being here. Shout outs to all y'all that taking the time to watch and listen, because what Ken's doing and his organization is really important stuff. And every time somebody sees, that video, or maybe this one, and hears Ken speak, and he travels all over the place and has the opportunity to share the message, then lives are literally being saved. And those of you, I know there's a bunch of you that probably want to help, and it's really easy to do. And we'll jump back here in a moment, but let's go back to the main page at WATERisLIFE.com. This is the website, and you can learn all about why, and of course 663 million people lack access to safe water. And I'm just going to shortcut for you. In the upper right corner, you see this button right here that says donate. That's all you got to do. Go here and you can make a PayPal donation of any amount. And it's what is it, $10 for a for one straw?
Yeah, to sponsor a straw, $10. Also, right next to the donate, if you want to create your own like birthday page where people can come in and donate, you can create your own program and raise funds for WATERisLIFE through social media, and all of that goes directly to WATERisLIFE. So
that's fantastic. So there's a newer technology, and you've got a new version of the straw, which has just been manufactured. So let's see that one.
Oh my gosh. Real excited. It's new technology, but it's teeny tiny. I mean, it is small enough to fit in your purse.
It's like a pencil.
It is. It's like a big pen. Somebody said, what's the size? It's the size of a big pen. And yet it uses new technology that previously what we had to do was add a lot of other elements to the filter in order to deal with things like heavy metals. This is a perfect solution for Flint, Michigan. We're working with the EPA there and several different groups and organizations that are on the ground to help provide clean water to Flint. And this is a perfect solution for them. If you're in question about your water, you take it out, put it in there. Even in the last couple of weeks, I believe the headline that I read was 33 more cities have tested positive for lead. And so over and over, we're living on the infrastructure that our fathers and grandfathers built. And so something like this in your pocket, it's a cool filter. We'll be showcasing them. If you want to get in on a Facebook challenge, if you'll go over and look on Facebook at Clean Sip Challenge, and pull that up. You can do your own challenge to somebody else and drink out of some funky water someplace. But arsenic, lead, heavy metals, of course, E. coli and Giardia bacteria, even viruses are dealt with the this patented technology. It's really cool stuff. And
is this yours, the clean sip filter?
no, actually, it's one of the groups that we're working with that manufacture the filter. And so the Clean Sip Challenge is actually some ambassadors from WATERisLIFE that wanted to make a difference. And so, yeah, that's it. And so you'll see a bunch of funny videos. Probably my favorite one is there's this great big New Yorker and big Italian accent. I mean, just a really cool guy. And he's like the world karate champion or something like that. And he's drinking out of the gutter in New York City. And it is a hoot. But you'll see more and more videos pop up on there and people challenging each other to go drink something crazy. But then, you know, it's part of a give back campaign. What they're doing is as people purchase straws, then they're able to donate straws to give to different groups and organizations like ours and others to do distribution around the world.
That's awesome. Well, one of our viewers, Kate, says that you should reach out to every high school social studies teacher in the country to show to students. Well, you do speak at a lot of schools. I
do speak at a lot of schools. I do a lot of video conferencing and or live and in person. And so, Kate, if you can hook me up with some people in your area, would love to be able to do that. I was out in New Jersey about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and right at the end of school, and did 5 assemblies back to back. I mean, boom, 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 boom. And it's great. To me, it's so exciting to see this generation. They get so passionate about things. And, you know, my generation threw money at stuff and hoped it would go away. These kids are militant. They'll raise money, and they'll raise a ton of money, but they want to go and they want to do something. They want to see something that's actually done. And so when they can, when they can get their friends involved and do something crazy like a clean sip challenge or something like that, or through their school, do a bake sale or talent show or something, it's really incredible to see the power that even high school, junior high, and even elementary schools. I got to tell you one elementary school story real quick. Can I do that?
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, please.
One of the poorest schools in the country, almost like 90% of their students are on a meal in the morning and lunch, and then they have backpacks for them to take home. Poorest school. And so I went in, their 3rd grade class wanted to do a project. And so they were going to do a bake sale and do some things for the rest of the school to raise money for WATERisLIFE. And I thought, you know what? If these guys can raise $100, that will be an absolute grand slam. Not only did they raise $100, and this was in 1 week, one class, 3rd grade class, they raised over $1,000. Just a little group of 3rd graders. Don't underestimate the age has no boundaries, man. These kids were really excited to be able to go and to raise funds so that a child in a developing country could have clean water because of them.
Well, it comes from such a pure place with kids. All you got to do is show them, hey, see, these kids are just like you, only this is what they're drinking. And they're like, but that's not fair.
Yeah.
How do we resolve that? Wait, you mean if I decide instead of, buying this, whatever DVD or new set of earbuds or whatever, I can save some lives? Sign me up. Mm-hmm. I'm in.
Yeah. What I do is when I talk to adults, I put it in adult lingo. For a venti coffee and a scone at Starbucks, you can provide water for a year for a child because that's about $10. And if you give that up once a week, 52 kids are alive at the end of the year because you gave up a luxury in your life.
And you didn't even miss it.
Didn't even miss it. And your waistline probably thanks you.
Right. So Kate wants to ask more about Kenya. Stats on Kenya and Ethiopia famine and water shortage. What can you tell us?
Yeah, it's sub-Saharan Africa. That whole region is, there are headways that are being made. And Kate asked earlier, said, what other organizations? somebody asked, where are the needs? I said, you can swing a cat and hit needs everywhere. I mean, they are literally everywhere. And
that's what cats are for, by the way.
Yeah, exactly, by the tail. But or flying monkeys, you know, whatever. But yeah, the needs there are great. 1 in 5 children will die before they reach the age of 5. To me, that's the real tragedy. We have about 40 billion hours wasted every day or every year because women and children mostly are collecting water, and it is, you know, it affects everything. You know, the mom that doesn't have time to spend with her kids because she's making 4 or 5 trips to the water source, which may be a mile away. It takes up all of their time just to get water. Kids don't get to go to school and make a better life for themselves because they're having to collect water to survive. And so for us being able to, what we do is we'll go into an area, we build relationships that are long-term, and we build out in concentric circles. And so we'll work with schools and organizations and medical clinics and orphanages and all different kind of community pods in those areas. And we'll drill a well, we'll put in water treatment systems, we'll work in with the schools, with the kids, teaching sanitation and hygiene, providing straw filters for them. It's all part of a larger plan for transformation in those areas.
What's the difference between what Water is Life does and one of the most recognized organizations, Charity Water? What's the difference between what you guys do?
We're you know, and I love what Charity Water is doing because you know, I've had conversations with Scott. I've actually sat down with breakfast with him in New York several years ago and began picking his brain about some things. You know, they're a fundraising organization. We're more of a grassroots, on the ground implementation partner.
Well, so they raise funds, and then how do they disperse?
A lot of times what they'll do is they'll hire some other group to go drill a well for them, or you know, manage that process. Now they have in the last year they bought, you know, their own drilling rig and things like that. But yeah, we're different in that, you know, we like to take people with us, and so there are some people that are called to go and roll up their sleeves and do some work. And there are others that really have no desire to do that, but could send other people to go. And so there's room for everybody on our excursions. And so we may be going in to do a filter distribution or work with a school. I've got teams in Haiti right now. They're doing a well drilling. They're repairing some wells that are broken that other groups have drilled, but then didn't do any maintenance. We're training local people to be able to fix and repair those wells and provide long-term relief in those areas. Oh yeah, thanks for sharing some of the pictures. That's awesome.
Yeah, let's show some of these. Just kind of like real briefly, like just give you know, one set.
Hey, that's, you know, that's every day, day in, day out. Going to the water hole, getting dirty water, taking it back home. Sometimes they boil it, sometimes they don't. Yeah. One of the Maasai ladies, that's Mount Kilimanjaro in the background there.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Right
on the Tanzanian border. Some of our kids in India at one of the orphanages we built there. And this is a brand new latrine that is getting dedicated with a group of Maasai in Kenya, in southern Kenya. Drilling, and we do a lot of that. That's pulling pipe. There's Mark giving the chief his own home water treatment system. And so that's using that nano filter that provides ultra purified water. Mark and Christine are awesome assets to the Water's Life family. Teaching and training about how to use the nano bucket systems. This is, oh my gosh, this is at the United Nations. This is the last family portrait we did in the Omo Valley. We took photographers and a film crew in there. If you get a chance, go on our website, look in the media section, and you can see the whole video. And then if you look on our YouTube channel, if you look up the Doka story, you can see Doka's story and learn a little bit more about the day in, day out struggles of the people there in Omo Valley, Ethiopia.
Website.
Just more Maasai's learning about the home bucket filter systems, There you go. There's the whole school class going to get water when they should be in school.
Just amazing. Such a completely different way of life. Let's see what else we got here. Susie says she supported your cause in the past, and she's glad to see it here. What's your opinion on water.org? Apparently, Kate saw a documentary on Netflix that slammed NGOs in Africa that harm local initiatives and businesses trying to solve their own problems. What do you think of that?
Well, I think every organization is different. They're great with they have a great wealth of information, and we use a lot of the information that they have on their site and on their white papers and things, as well as World Health Organization and a lot of other groups. But that's I'm not going to throw rocks at anybody. What we want to do is we want to not just give a man a fish, but to teach them how to fish. And so when we go into these communities, what we do is we work with the community leaders. We don't come in with a solution, say, hey, you've got to have these, and this is your solution. Or we're going to drill you a well, and that's your solution. No, they come together and we talk about what their needs are. We discover and build relationships and friendships with these people, and then it just continues to grow. They put the pressure on each other to move from open defecation to, pooping in the same place doesn't make any sense to a person who has dug a hole, 15 feet away from the house all their life. Well, now I'm going into one spot. What am I going to do with all that? The rain just carries it away if I just go out in the field. And so, changing mindset and things, it takes time. It takes people that are local to be able to put that pressure on each other to make those kind of cultural shifts. And it's a huge paradigm shift.
Yeah, we don't think like that at all.
Not at all.
If anybody is anybody here in the room wants to come on and speak with Ken, either ask him a question or just share your thoughts, please just raise your hand in the chat room and I'll invite you on. Now, you're not just sending people over. You go frequently.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In fact, one of your trips brought you to the edge. You ended getting bit by a spider, and talk about being in the trenches. Good. And
just real quick, Joel always gives me a hard time. This was on the very first straw distribution trip we did in 2008, and we got back to of course we were flying in and out of Nairobi, and we got back to Nairobi, and I saw a spider bite on my arm, and I thought, oh wow, or bite of some kind. And so I didn't know exactly what was going on. I put some little hydrocortisone cream. Is that what that is? Hydrocortisone? Not hydrocodone, hydrocortisone. Cortisone cream. And took some Benadryl. My back was aching, but I thought, oh man, I've just been bouncing around in the back of a van and Jeep and all of that for so long and so many hours. It's just, part of being an old guy. And so I got back home, and my back just won't get any better. It's still sore. And then I'm feeling around back there. There's a little knot back there. Of course, I can't see my rear end it's right on my belt line. I can't see my rear end. So, I'm looking finally I'll go to the doctor, and the doctor goes, oh, we need to get you to the emergency room. And I'm going, what's going on? And he goes, well, let's let them take a look at it. He says, I think it's a spider bite. And so then I told him, what had happened a few days earlier. And he said, oh, what probably happened is you rolled over on the spider. He bit you there, put most of the poison there, and came out and hit you on the arm on his way out when you were asleep. And so long story short, I coded in the ER and had some great friends that were there that took care of me. They did emergency surgery on me, took a section about 9 inches by 3 inches deep out of my back, and put me on a wound vac. I got MRSA while I was in the hospital. A lot of great fun things happened. But I'm alive and kicking today. Good Lord, still got something up for me for sure. That's
when they tell you to put your back into it, you really did.
Yeah.
So I know the answer to this question, but Susie says, "Ever heard of Life Church?"
Yeah, actually, that's where my family and I attend church. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Craig Rochelle's place has turned into quite a satellite metropolis of churches throughout the country and really throughout the world, right?
Exactly. All around the world. You bet.
So there's a couple other questions here that people have typed in.
Sure.
One of them, which I know you typed the answers, but I'm just going to ask you anyway. Do you have a system set up for the Philippines?
Yes. Oh, in fact, I answered somebody who wrote that in. We've done distribution in the Philippines, and then our SunSpring system, which is a centralized solar-powered, wind-powered water treatment plant. We've got one of those functioning right now, and has been for a couple of years now. And then we're working actually. This week, I've been talking to another group that wants to bring several of those systems into villages and communities there. Really, really exciting because what it can do for a whole village. It'll provide enough water every day for 1,000 families to have water. It produces 5,000 gallons a day.
So this question is, how many third world countries are you helping? I think you said 40.
40. Yeah, we're in over 40. Yeah.
Just rattle off a bunch of
Oh
them.
my gosh. Kenya, Ghana, Haiti, Congo, Ethiopia, Tanzania. We're going to do our first project in Namibia hopefully before the end of this year. Like I said earlier, we've got teams in Haiti, all over India, China. We've got some work in Mexico, South and Central America, and numerous different places around there as well. Like I said earlier, you can swing a cat and hit needs. They're everywhere. And so what we do is we team up with a lot of different groups and organizations. And a lot of times what we'll do is we'll provide technology to them, or we'll help them with some of their projects that they may have. We've got our group in Haiti right now, in addition to drilling a well there and repairing the ones that they have on schedule. They're doing filter distribution. They're doing home filter distribution. They're doing sanitation and hygiene training in the schools. And that's all run by volunteers. So we'd love to have anybody that wants to go with us. Just type an email to info@waterislife.com, and you can find out the schedule for the next trips and stuff.
You have been invited, my friends, whether you're here
That's
live
right.
or watching the replay. Listen, here's the call to action. All right. And you know, I don't sell much stuff on my broadcast. You know where to find my stuff. This is not about me. This is about saving a life. And I hope, it is my hope, that even if things are tough right now, that everybody who's watching now or seeing this replay, that you will be moved to give to Water is Life. And if you'll just go to waterislife.com, you'll see the site's got tons of great content on it. You know, when we talk about changing it, having your own fundraiser, click on sanitation and hygiene, and you could see some of the statistics you need to know. 1 billion people lack access to safe water, and 1 in 5 children under the age of 5 die each day from waterborne disease. You can make a difference in that. That donate button right here in the upper right corner. Just click that puppy, scroll down, and then hit that donate PayPal. I've got my donation on auto renew every month. It automatically sends it in, and because I want to do my part. And you can reach Ken Surritte at waterislife.com. Ken, any last comments you'd like to make?
Thank you guys for listening. Today, 6,000 people died because they don't have clean water. 5,000 of them are kids. Let's do what we can to help as many kids as we possibly can to get a straw filter into their hands, provide water well for their community, whatever the need may be, to help make a difference and make an impact in this world. Behind Joel's head says, "Do good stuff." Joel is all about doing good stuff, and we appreciate you helping out and doing some good things and making it possible. Share us with your friends. You may not have money, but you've got friends, you've got talent. Go with us sometimes, and we'd love to have you come along and make a difference.
Awesome.
Shoot me a note, Ken@waterslife.com.
Love you, my brother.
Love you too, buddy. Thank you for all your hard work, my friend.
He's an inspiration and encouragement. Thanks everybody for watching today. The replay will be live right here. The replay can't be live. The replay will be up for replaying as soon as we're done here. Feel free to share the link that's in your browser. I'll also get it up on YouTube that you'll be able to go to youtube.com/JoelCom and find it there as well. Thanks again, Ken. I appreciate you.
Thanks
appreciate
a lot.
all you watching. And just like he said, do good stuff.
Good
All right.
stuff.
Catch
All
y'all later.
Bye-bye.